everybody. Kathleen, Maddie, Jen, Sarah. So good to see you guys, ladies, in here. Anybody else? Let me take a look. Let me just scroll through, make sure I'm saying hi to everybody. I think that's it. And you guys can hear me. No mic issues. I think this is 3 in a row. Hurrah. I'm going to celebrate that for a second. And yeah, hello, my name is Kelly, and if you're watching this later, you are watching Horizon Crochet, and I'm excited to be here with you today. I'm I feel like I'm running around a little bit. I just got done watching another live, and it was so much fun. If you haven't watched, I'm Horizon Crochet, but there's also another crochet channel much bigger than mine. You hear me talk about Barb, Grandma's Crochet Corner a lot, but there's also Yarn Over Hook with Sammy, Riri, Roman, Alexis. It's another great channel. Yarn Over Hook is a lot of fun and a huge inspiration for me. So if you ever get a chance to check them out, do it. I just came from one of their lives and they just had me cracking up. I was like, at one point, like an hour ago, I was tearing up. I was laughing so hard. So anyway, check them out sometime when you get a chance. Hey, Jen. Hey, Diana. Diana, I was thinking about you yesterday, and I was thinking about the next panel that maybe Barb has, and maybe you feel encouraged, like brave, Diana, maybe. I just wanted to encourage you that I'm going to hopefully be there. I don't know if tonight's a panel night for Barb or not, but just wanted to encourage you. Anyway, there we go. Totally put you on the spot. Sorry about that, Diana. So I'm so happy to be here with you all today. I don't have specifically anything big planned. I am working on a baby blanket still. And hey, Bonbon, good to see you. Hey, Bonbon, I have a question for you. Have you ever seen in the stores in Canada, because I'm in Canada, and Bonbon is a little bit familiar with Canada, do you ever see the magazine Inside Crochet? I'm just curious if you have or not. I know somebody who's looking for one, and I was going to look for one if you've ever looking for some references of maybe where I could find the Inside Crochet magazine. I did see, I'm going to move this just a little bit because it's awfully high. I've been looking at crochet magazines, and then they came up on Yarn Over Hook as well, and I was just thinking about it, and so I'm asking all my Canadian friends if they've heard of it or have a recommendation of a crochet magazine. I have seen Crochet World. It's like a newspaper, or you could get a digital copy of it, but I want to go back to my high school days when you had Glamour magazine and 17, and they had like Good Housekeeping, and they had projects you could do and crafts and different things, and I just miss that, having a magazine to flip through and get ideas and inspiration from. If anybody has a recommendation, and I know they have digital copies a lot, and actual physical magazines are becoming less and less popular, but I would love to have some for like road trips. And they're just a great reference too, you know? Anyway, that's me babbling a little bit. So, hey, Thomas, how are you? Good to see you. I'm sorry I missed your live this afternoon. As I mentioned, I moderate for another channel during the time that you were live. So I'm sorry I missed it, but just like the last time, I will go back and watch your replay. I'm curious of what you were making, if you were making anything today. Bonbon, Maddie, so glad to have you all here. And what else? There was something else right on the tip of my tongue that I was going to say, and I have forgot. Oh, so I have a secret. You know how much I talk about furls hooks? I actually lost 5, but I found them. But for like 2 weeks, I've been panicking and trying to find them all over the place, and I could not. And 5 furl hooks is like treasure to me. like it's the shiny, when they say, oh, stay away from the shinies. Oh, it's shiny and I love them. So that's kind of like my little treasure chest of things. And I hadn't said anything because I was so embarrassed of the fact that I thought I had lost 5 furls hooks. If you don't know what a furls hooks is, it's a certain brand. I feel like I should know where they're made out of, but I don't. It's in the States. I know that much. I'm pretty sure. And they're really nice hooks, and I really like them a lot. And I had misplaced them somewhere. And I have been using some of them that I enjoy and I like, but not nearly as much. And so I found them about 3 hours ago by accident. Isn't that the way it normally is when you lose something, you miss something, misplace something, and then you find it by accident later on? And I'm telling you what, I almost peed myself. I was so happy. Is that too much information? Maybe it is, but I was super excited. I was super happy, and now I can admit it because I found them. But it's funny because I was picking on you all a couple of days ago because I had never lost a hook before. I had never misplaced a hook before. And don't you know that I did? I totally did. And it's actually been a couple of weeks. It's not been a couple of days since I was picking you all. But I lost them, misplaced them, whatever you want to call it, just a few days after that. And that was karma. That was pure karma. So that's what I get for picking on you all. So sorry. You got your revenge without even trying. No, I have peed myself for less. Yeah. Sarah, I'm so glad you found them. Diana, TMI. I agree. But sometimes, you got to be real. Bon, Kathleen. Oh, gosh, you guys make me laugh. Thomas, no problem. That's what replays are for. Thank you for understanding, Thomas. I appreciate it. And so what am I working on today? I am going to be working on that baby blanket that I'm trying to whip through. I mentioned to you all that I was hoping to have it done and work on some of my other projects, my 2 other projects, a tote bag and a monster, but I have not had a chance to yet. I have been in the office all week so far, but I only have one more work day because I took off Friday. And then this weekend, I'm going to do more of our yarn crawl that we're doing around Southern Ontario. And then I have a live later on to report on how those visits went. I'm also going to try and register some of the local yarn shops that Sarah and I go to. Sarah's my riding buddy. She controls the GPS as I drive, so she is the navigator, my navigator. Just looking forward to that. We've got about, I think, 4 or 3, Sarah, that we're going to on Friday. I can't remember exactly, but it's a bunch. And we're going to be riding all over the place and having fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hi, Panda Baked Crochet. I love that name. And Sarah says we're going to 4. There you go. My navigator has spoken. So we're going to 4 different yarn shops on Friday. Took the day off work. It's going to be a lot of fun. Madison says, hello, Panda Baked Crochet. How are you? Kelly is amazing. Aw, at lives, and she's awesome. You'll love it here in the chat. Aw, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. I just babble, and you all help me as I crochet and humor me, and I appreciate that. So thank you so much. And then right after this live, you've got another crochet / dog / music / carnivore / craft live with Barb. And she is like the multitasking queen. I just try and focus on one thing. And if I can get through with crochet, I'm having a good day. So, let's see here. Then broasted chicken for lunch. Broasted. Do you mean roasted? Or is broasted like a thing up here in Canada that I'm not familiar with, Sarah? I kind of want to know what broasted is. So yeah, we're going to have roasted chicken for lunch. Definitely feeling the vibe. Pandas, we are laid back here. Welcome to the laid back, relaxed, and we're going to start crocheting in a few minutes. At least I am. What is everybody working on today? Last thing, Kathleen, I think you were last working on a blanket, but then you told me you were going to make, somebody told me they were going to make, was it a dragon? It was something really impressive. I can't remember what it was exactly. Hey, Michael, MDL Crochet. I think it's Michael. Is it Michael? Am I right? I believe. From you visit Yarn Over Hook. It's good to see you here, and thanks for coming by and saying hi. Working on a shawl. Very nice, Pandas. I appreciate that. A shawl is something I have not made yet. I've only been crocheting, and I say this every video I do, and I don't know why, but for a year. And I'm still learning, and that's the purpose of my channel, is to keep learning, keep growing, do something mindless, do something challenging, do something mindless, do something challenging is kind of what I've been doing here. And the followers, the loopers, whatever you want to call them, the people that hang out with me here, they help me and give me tips and tricks, and then also tell me when I'm doing it very wrong, which is funny to me. So I appreciate it, because I would rather be told when I'm doing something wrong than just keep doing it wrong. So thank you, everybody. Diana, so Kelly, panel tonight, but I don't even have a clue how to get on the panel. I will help you, Diana. So we'll walk you through it, and we'll be happy to help you. So don't worry about that. That's just the technical stuff. We can do that. It's the courage part you got to work on, Diana, and we'll get you there. I'm super excited. Let's hear. Kathleen says, I stopped and made my... Oh, that's right. Your morph? I forget. I went through the same thing last time, trying to figure out how to say that word. We'll put a picture on your page. Thank you so much, Kathleen. Yes, that's right. I want to see it, because I remember you telling me about it, and my mind was just blown by what you were making. Let's see here. I'm still working on my SW. What's SW, Jen? Southwest? I thought you were working on a granny square blanket. Is that, or did you start something else? Tell me. I'm excited. Starting on my blanket. Yeah. Okay, it is Michael. Thank you, Kathleen, for verifying for me. Diana, other than link, I don't have a phone holder or whatever. I just want to go on long enough to put a face to the name. That would be great. And you never know, you might really enjoy yourself and do it again another time. So I'll definitely help you. I'm sure the others, like Thomas, is a pro too. He's here, if he's still here. We'd be happy to help you. So that's not a problem. Let's see here. Michael says, yeah, hi, Kathleen, hun. And I accidentally called a coworker hun today. Have you ever done that, where you're talking to someone that is not that you know pretty well in a work environment, or maybe a club or something like that, and you accidentally call them hun, or I don't know, I don't know, but I did that today. And they're like, oh, I'm hun now. Yes, you're hun now. Okay. So let me pull up my blanket here, show you what I am working on. And I am working on this baby blanket. It's made with Burnett blanket yarn. And the hook I am using, which I left on the other side of the room, so give me 1 second. Not quite on the other side of the room, but definitely not here in front of me, is Odyssey. Is it an Odyssey 2? I knew they had an Odyssey crochet hook before I was into crochet. I'm sure some of you can educate me on the Odysseys, but I believe this is an Odyssey 2, and I really like it. But I started to make this blanket with this hook because I couldn't find my streamline ones. But it's working out pretty well. I've gotten used to it. I've adjusted to it. So that proves that even if something is uncomfortable, if I use it enough times, I will get used to it and I will like it. So what that tells me is that, what is going on here? What has happened? Okay, well, whatever it was, I fixed it. That was weird. So yeah, this is what I've been working on. This is for a baby shower that's coming up, so I really need to hammer out this blanket before this weekend. And I think I'm going to be able to do it. Yesterday I got a couple more rows on, but not a whole ton. But I almost took it to work with me today so I could work on it during lunch, but I didn't because I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up or get it dirty or something like that. Not that I work in a dirty environment, but you know what I mean. Things happen, especially to me because I'm so clumsy. Let's see here. Let me just, Michael, I'm from Texas and everyone, regardless, is hun or sweetie. Oh, I know what it was. Not only did I call somebody hun, but I called somebody sir. And up here in Canada, that's a little odd to call somebody sir or ma'am. Now, I spent 20 years in Virginia, so Michael, I'm used to calling people ma'am and sir, and I mean it as a form of respect, just like Mr. or Mrs. But yeah, that's something else that I've slipped up and called people yes ma'am, yes sir. And I mean it out of respect. But some people don't like that, you know? They're not comfortable with the familiarity of that. Thomas says, help with what? We're talking to Diana, and she's interested in going on one of Barb's panels. And she's just concerned that she doesn't know the technical part about getting up on there and what she needs to do. And I was just letting her know that we would be happy to help her. And Thomas is super, he might be even help you more than I can because he has his own panels. I've never had my own panel before. So that's what we were talking about, Thomas. Diana says, my older sister does that. Too funny. Yeah. Sarah, in high school, one of my classmates called our science teacher Dad. Dad, like all the time? Or they just slipped once, Sarah? I'm just curious. Getting on the panel at Barb's. Wow, the chat's flying today. I got to catch up. Let's see here. I told a customer I love you when I hung up once. The panda, that is something that I have come so close to doing. I can understand that 110%. Me too, Panda, says Kathleen. Madison, I was mortified, Panda says. Yeah, I guess it's the habit, right? And you just, it's not that you're nilly-willy with your words. It just slips out. Let's see here. Diana, I love you on the phone with someone. Yes, there's another person. See, I think it's pretty common. Thomas says, oh yeah, she usually posts a link to her chats, only allowing 6 or so. If full, just mention you want to come on and whoever will leave. Yeah, just like Thomas said. Maddie, man, I gotta go. Bye. Gotta finish the plastic bag yarn ball before I go to bed. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry that you're so out of yarn, Maddie, that you have to do a plastic bag ball. I do know one other person who did that just as a challenge, but not necessarily on purpose. And I'm curious of what you're going to make with it. You could probably make something really cool. So let us know how your progress goes, Maddie. Kathleen says, it's funny, you realize what you said as you're hanging up. I used to answer the phone a lot for a certain company many years ago, and I would answer the phone at a future job. Even today, I have a hard time not answering the phone. Hello, welcome to John Smith. And I almost say the wrong company so many times. So yeah, I get that. Diana says, I'm not sure what I need to do on my phone. We'll be happy to help you. I've never joined on my phone before, but I'm sure there's somebody there that has, and we'll get it all figured out. And Thomas says, and don't worry about offending anyone. And it is Barb's channel, not ours. And we all should be on. Yeah, it's not. I talk about Barb all the time, and I talk about Yarn Over Hook all the time. I am not affiliated. I'm just an admirer. I'm a fan of both. So just, I just know that she's so welcoming and she's so wonderful. Let's see here. Oh, Jen does it. That's right. Jen uses her phone to join the panel. She can help you. She can give you step-by-step directions, probably. Sarah says, it started as a slip, but ended up calling him that the rest of the semester. It was weird. Yeah, sometimes it turns into a joke. Like it's a slip the first time, and then it turns into a joke. I guess it all depends on who's involved, So, let's see here. Do I click the link, then automatically I'll be seen by chat and everyone? No, but close. You click on the link and it takes you to like a window, at least on the PC it's like this. Jen would be able to tell you the rest, Diana. Yeah, Jen will be happy to help. She'd be happy to help. She's a great trooper too. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on my blanket here. But I was going to ask what everybody was working on. I know we've got a shawl out there, a blanket out there. Sarah, is Bear on you, or are you working on anything at the moment? And I do have... Thomas, where are you from? What area are you from? Like, what part of the country? I never did... I know where a lot of people are that are in the chat. But Diana, where are you from? And Thomas, where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. Not trying to be nosy, but I just like to know where people are. And it also helps me figure out time zones. Crochet is crochet any time of day. So as I'm trying different sessions at different times, I do want to have a set schedule, and I'm getting closer and closer to that. But knowing where everybody is helps me schedule. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? Oh, that's right, Thomas. You're in New Jersey. I did know that. And I forgot. And I knew that because I'm from New Jersey, right? So, I do remember you're in like middle of New Jersey, if I remember. And you're not in far north, you're not down south. I was kind of from middle southern area. Dallas, Colorado, Denver, Colorado. I don't know why I read Dallas. There's another slip. Denver, Colorado. I lived in Colorado Springs for a year, military. Not me in the military, but I was with someone who was in the military, and we were stationed at Fort Carson for a while. It was beautiful country out there. Those Rocky Mountains are unbelievable. I was talking to Mountain Mama, Deborah, because she lives out in BC on the Canadian Rockies, and it's something that I'd love to see one day. I've seen the US Rockies. Now I'd love to see the Canadian Rockies, and I'm sure they're still the Rocky and rocky, full of rocks, just really tall ones. So, you're working on a scarf. Very nice. And Jen's helping Diana out a little bit. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Did you grow up in New Jersey, Thomas? I lived there for the first 20 years of my life. Really good memories. And I still go back there, at least annually, because I have family still there. And I go and visit them. Nice, you've got family in Bayonne. Someone at the door. I had somebody at my door earlier today too. It's a really nice day out up here. It's a little hot for me, but that's as I sit here with a big sweatshirt on. But that's because I'm in my basement and it's cold down here. But if we want the rest of the house cool, we got to run the AC at what it's at. So that's why I've got a big sweatshirt on. And then when I go back upstairs, I take it off, put a different shirt on. But I'm excited to say that this blanket should be done in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So I'm working on my second green color row in this color change. And then I'll go to brown for 1, 2 more green, white, and then I'll be done. So if I can get done 2 today, 2 tomorrow, and 2 on Friday, then I will have Saturday and Sunday to work on my tote and finish my monster. And my monster's so close to being done, even though I kind of goofed it up a little bit. I'm still going to finish it, and I'm going to finish it up wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. So I was using it, I was basically making it bonbon inside out, it sounds like. So I can turn it right side out the way it is right now, because I haven't sewn it up, I haven't stuffed it or anything yet. But I'm going to continue to do it back looped, because that's what I've been doing. And I'm going to use it as an example that I'm trying. Even though I might not be a master, maybe I'm not a pro, and maybe I'm still a beginner, and I'm still learning, but I'm still trying, right? I hate to sound all, philosophical or anything like that, but it's a reminder that just like I have my first box frog still that I ever made, it's a reminder of where I was. And just like if you ever look at my very first live, it's it's orange. Orange. Yes. Did you expect me to say that? Well, I totally did. It's orange. I had the heck of a time with camera issues, and then I had mic issues, and then I had program issues. But in the beginning, what was driving me nuts was the video. And I had bought a really nice video camera, and I returned it because I hated it. And I bought this one that I have now. But the point of me saying this is that I like to be able to look back and see where I started and see where I've come. And does that make sense to you all? So I'm going to finish making that monster wrong, and I'm going to have a good giggle at it. And then I'm going to post it on my webpage and show everybody. Because the journey is not perfect, and it's never going to be perfect as much as we would like it to be. Right? Blah, 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 blah. Let me take a look. I'm going to catch up in a second here. Thomas says, I live in Wall Township, but I grew up in Point Pleasant Borough and lived in Trenton, Princeton, and near Cherry Hill. Oh, so you've been to the Cherry Hill Mall then, right, Thomas? Like, how can you live near Cherry Hill and not go to the Cherry Hill Mall? Have you been there? I spent every weekend of my life there in high school, back when we didn't have cell phones and lots of video games. We had video games, but not as many as we do now. And I used to hang out at the mall all the time with my friends. Kathleen says, I was born, raised Colorado, spent a lot of time in the Fountain Fort Carson area. I'm a Western Oregon now. So Fountain Boulevard, right? Isn't it Fountain Boulevard? I lived in an apartment building right off of Fountain. It's just so, you know. Sarah, it was so humid this morning. I woke up sweating. It is. For Canada, it's warm up here today, especially humid. It's so humid that when I left work today, we have underground parking in our building. The floor of our underground parking was wet. It was so humid. And it's underground, so it was not rain or anything like that. So I agree with you, Sarah. Happy iced tea day, everyone. Is it really iced tea day? Here. Cheers. Everybody take a sip. I don't have iced tea, but it might as well be lukewarm tea at this point. So, will that be close enough? Panda says there's definitely a learning curve. You can do so much more with phones now. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Bonbon says it's a good way to keep it the way it is. It's good to keep it the way it is, to look back and see how much you've learned. That's how I'm looking at it, Bonbon. And I think it's funny too. You know, sometimes when you goof up and you mess up and you're trying to learn something, you get frustrated, you get emotional, and you're like, you know. But then there's other times where you have to just stop and laugh and say, this is part of the journey. This is part of what I'm experiencing in order to get where I want. And sometimes it's not always downhill and easy. Sometimes it's uphill. So, yeah. So thank you, Bonbon. That's my plan. And I agree with you. Jen says, yeah, I remember when you asked everyone what it was. Yeah. Let's see here. Diana, I love Fountain. Kathleen, I've never been to any of those places. Yeah, I've had some of those problems. Yeah, Jen, sometimes you just want to throw your stuff against the wall. That's, a blanket. Throwing yarn is not quite as impressive as throwing something hard in frustration, but it still does the trick. Diana, me too, Kelly. Lived off Fountain, 88 to 87 time frame. I was there in 95? 94, 95. That's when I lived in Colorado Springs near Fort Carson. So I missed you a little bit, just a couple years. Jen, I was so hot, I had to go swimming. Ooh, did you have a good time swimming today? You didn't have to wait for any packages, I hope, so you got to enjoy yourself, Jen. Jen, you got that right. Yeah. So, and do you guys find that if you crochet during the summertime, some people don't like to make blankets. And I would agree with that. Last summer, I did not make any blankets. But this summer, I'm down here in my little area, and it's much cooler, as I mentioned earlier. So it's not so bad. And also, my blanket is actually on a table. It's not on my lap. It's not laying all over me, and it's not making me all hot and yucky. So I'll take it. So I can make a blanket, which I'm glad, because I would have made this blanket no matter how hot it was, but it makes it a lot more pleasant when it's not sweltering. Bonbon says, let me finish this. I got to go around a corner, Bonbon. And you know me in corners. I like to forget my chain 2 right now. And then 3 double crochets, because I don't want to forget another corner. But I have made it a habit now that every time before I tie in my ends, I check my corners. Ever since I did that, because I just couldn't believe I did that. I'm glad it turned out okay and I didn't have to frog anything, though. So, my spirit whole. Bonbon says, Kelly, my first blanket was 36 inches across the bottom, 22 inches across the top. I kept missing a stitch. I kept it as a reminder of where I started and how far I've come. Yeah, I agree with you. When I first started, my very first blanket was like this. Instead of like a nice square, it was like It was like a flat top triangle because, again, just like you were saying, I kept missing stitches and I was stubborn and I didn't want to count. I was like, oh, I don't need to count. I can just match it up with the loops. Yeah, I learned real quick I had to count. So that's another lesson learned, right? Another project I'm thinking about doing, and I have all the supplies for it. I don't know if you all remember, but when I made my yarn ball or yarn skein garland, I was thinking about making balls of yarn and connecting them with by garland. The same kind of effect. So I'm going to do the same thing for this baby shower that I'm going to. And as a decoration, I'm going to bring styrofoam balls that have yarn wrapped around them. Remember, you all were helping me with so many ideas of how to use the yarn that I had and how I could make garland. And you guys were showing me ways to go about it so I didn't have to actually use a whole ball of yarn in order to make this garland. So I got some styrofoam balls in different sizes and I'm going to cover them up with yarn so they're really well covered. And then I can get a needle and I can use the same sugar and cream yarn, cotton yarn, and put it through, and I can make little round yarn ball garland. And I might do that on another Saturday. I know it's not technically crochet, but it's yarn, and I'm using a darn it needle, and it's crafts, so it's fun. I'm not going to pigeon my hole myself. So I'll do that one Saturday. I'll do that one Saturday. Panda says, sometimes you just want to offer up your project to the fire gods like a phoenix, right? Here is my sacrifice. Here's my offer. I agree with you, Panda. I can just envision that now. I've played way too many video games and I can totally envision that moment now, Panda. Jen says, the best. I had a fabo time. Fabulous. Fabo. I like that. Only one thumbs up. Do I only have one thumbs up? If you guys have a second, if you could, give me a thumbs up. I'm not going to stress. I don't worry about it. But if you have a second to move your mouse over to the little thumb and click on it, I would not complain. Thanks for the reminder, Diana. Jen saying, I'm having yellow rice and fried squash. I love fried squash. It's so good. Used to hate it as a kid, but I love it now. Especially, I wish I had a green thumb. And I would grow my own vegetables, especially tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, squash. Those would be my favorite. But I have a black thumb instead of a green thumb. I cannot, like, my daughter got me a money tree one year because she's like, Mom, you can't kill this. And nobody can kill a money tree. Yeah, I killed that thing. Didn't want to, but it happened. I just don't have that skill. I think it's because everybody says I overwater. Thomas, do you say water or water? But I think I overwater it, and then it gets mold and fungus, and that's what I've been told. So I love it to death, kinda. Diana, darn it. That's right. It's a darn it needle. It's a darn it. Kathleen, I love crafty things like that. Yeah, it's something like I have all the supplies. It's yarn. It's a styrofoam ball. I have everything I need. So why not, right? And I can use it at the baby shower and different events. I can take it to our crochet meetups, give a little color to the place, that kind of stuff. And it's fun. I enjoy it. It's a challenge. Favorite video, Kelly? Anyone? Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. Panda, thanks for the thummy reminder. A thummy reminder. What are you doing with that thummy? I don't want to know. Bon Bon. I always hit the thummy on my way in so I don't forget. Thank you, Bon Bon. I appreciate it. Sarah, that sounds so good. I grow spinach. You do, Sarah? Interesting. Spinach. Is it hard to grow spinach? I've never even thought about growing spinach before. Diana, I tried too as well, Bon Bon. Favorite video game? Oh, my favorite video game. Oh my goodness. You're going to let out my inner nerd. I am such a PC nerd. I am not a console game player. I do like to play video games. I met my significant other playing a video game, and then we ended up getting married, you know? And now they say couples that game together stay together. It's the whole saying. I think it's families that game together stay together, as long as it doesn't overtake your life. You know what I mean? But if I had to answer, what is my favorite game? Right now, I'm playing Hightail. It's kind of a game like Minecraft, but a little more like all the things you don't like about Minecraft or you wish Minecraft had, Hightail has. That's the only thing that how I can describe it. I don't know if that's my favorite video game though, but I can tell you the video game I played the longest period of time was EverQuest 2. I played EverQuest. I played EverQuest 2. I played War of Warcraft. I played Guild Wars. I played EVE Online. You've started something, you don't know what you've done. But I played and have played a lot of games. And I like them. They distract my brain. TV is not enough to keep my brain distracted or busy. Unless it's a really special show. So I like YouTube and video games. Look, pulling my hair out of the blanket again. Did you just hear that snap? That was my hair. There's another one in there. Get that out of there. There we go. Always shedding. Me too. I met my hubby on EverQuest. That's right. Sarah met her husband playing a video game too. Diana, my favorite video game, Zelda. High on the list. My husband loved Zelda. He really enjoyed that game. He still pull it out every once in a while on an old Game Boy and play some on some time. Hi, Mighty Menoa. How are you? Good to see you. What are you working on today, Menoa? Crocheting anything, or are you just chilling and relaxing? Panda Bonbon's asking if you're Tony. Like the Tonys? Or actual, hey Tony. Like from Who's the Boss, Tony? Going way back now. Danielle, hello Danielle. Good to have you. Are you crocheting? Are you a crocheter? Or are you just hanging out? Either way, you're more than welcome to be here with us. I really need to hold my yarn right. And I tried to the other day, but it just feels so alien. It feels so foreign. And everybody kind of comments on how I pull my yarn over my hook instead of my hook over my yarn. Panda says, I am. How did you know? Isn't that alarming, Panda, when somebody calls you out like that? Although Bon Bon's very sweet and very kind, so I can vouch for her. Danielle, in my opinion, Kelly, is it pretty easy to learn crochet? In your opinion, Kelly, sorry. Is it easy to learn crochet? It looks so fun and rewarding. Danielle, I would say, how do I say this? I think with the right guidance, it is easy to learn crochet. If you have someone or a community who will answer your questions, then it's easy to crochet. If you don't have someone to ask questions or a community to pick up tips and tricks, it's a little more difficult and confusing, and it's a lot of trial and error. So if you're interested in learning crochet, I can suggest some YouTube channels to check out, and they have some great resources if you're interested. That's how when I first learned to crochet, I really struggled to find somebody to ask questions here locally to me and online. And then I found some websites, YouTube channels like Yarn Over Hook. They have lots of videos, tutorials. And then there's, of course, there's Barb and Grandma Crochet Corner. She's always happy to answer questions the best they can. Her and Debbie, myself, Menoa, any questions we can answer the best we can, at least over the internet. I hope that's helpful. We can even make some recommendations of things to do it. Danielle says, I don't crochet, just love you guys. Aw, thank you for hanging out with us. And you don't have to crochet to hang out here. You're more than welcome. Bon says, I thought that was you. I think she's talking about Panda. I recently subbed to your crochet channel. I love your humor. Ooh, I like humor. I will check it out too. Anything that lightens up life, right? You know what I mean? There we go. Tony, I just subbed to ya. And Diana says, definitely, I go into Harry Potter. I got into Harry Potter when my kids were wanting to watch. I heard so much negativity around it. I checked all the movies and read all the books. Did you end up liking Harry Potter, Diana? Have you ever... for Christmas this last year, I gave my niece a crochet Harry Potter book. It had all these patterns for amigurumi Harry Potter characters. And, that's the closest I've gotten to enjoying Harry Potter, is through crochet. I was not a big Harry Potter fan. Nothing against it. It just wasn't my my thing. I hear the books are amazing. I mean, people would lock themselves in a closet in the dark with a flashlight for days reading those books. I remember hearing about the lines people used to wait in when the books first came out and everything. Almost on a row here. Panda, I'm not very good at crochet. Better at Tunisian. Okay. Well, I don't think I'm very good at crochet either, but I really like it. So I'm learning. And with the community we have, I learn more and more every day. So I'm all for it. Tunisian. Is that how you say it? Is that the right way to say it? Tunisian? Somebody give me the breakdown of the phonics. Panda says, I watch the whole Harry Potter series at least once a year. Good movies. Yeah, you know what I like to stream and marathon is Lord of the Rings. The original 3? Was it 3 or 4? But I like the original ones. I absolutely fell in love with that series. I could watch them all day long. One time I was not with my family for Christmas, and that's what I did all Christmas Day, was watch Lord of the Rings, trying to keep myself in good spirits since I couldn't be with my family that year. Kelly, you will enjoy Panda's channel. He's great. He also has a gaming channel. Since you're gaming too, you might like that as well. It's hilarious sometimes. Ooh, I will check that out. I'll after the live, I'll go to the channel I just subbed to. And do you have a link, Panda, to both your channels in your description? Just curious. We're not trying to stalk you or anything. I promise, Tony. Looking at you. Mm-hmm. We're stalking you. No, I'm kidding. Diana, I definitely got into it. Classic. Coming back and being a hero. I wonder why Nightbot blocked that. Let me allow that, Diana. There you go. Everybody's very supportive of you, Panda. We're here for you. We're excited. And Bonbon does always speak the truth. She's like the holy grail. Sarah says, I avoided the internet while reading the last book. Book 6 was ruined for me by someone yelling out a spoiler in City of Heroes. Oh, I played City of Heroes too, and City of Villains. Yeah, we should ask John Beatty, John, what's his last name? I think it's Beatty, isn't it? He is really into comics and stuff. I wonder if he's ever played City of Heroes or City of Villains. Did I do 4 double crochets there? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm good. I'm still good. Yeah, it's a shame when something gets spoiled for you like that, Sarah. It's hard to police the internet though from ruining spoilers. So I don't blame you for my nose itches. Excuse me a moment. There. It's hard to, I really have to avoid the internet because it's hard to police people. And there's always somebody out there. Panda, I do, but not a mod to drop it. The game ones, Panda Moon Express. Thank you guys, you're too kind. I'll check it out here. Let me save that before it goes by, because otherwise I'll lose it. Let me open up a tab and put it in there. Pause. If I only had a pause button. There he is. I think. Just a panda doing panda things? Is that you, Tony? Just a panda doing panda things. Yes, BT. Gotcha. Thank you, Diana. Have to ask him. Panda says, yeah, I remember when people would drive by and scream the end of books, and they're still waiting, when people were still in line waiting to buy it. Oh, that's just being a jerk now. That's just somebody that does that. That's just ornery. That's just being a bleep disturber, a poop disturber. Kind of, somebody do something like that when you have something you're looking forward to and you're still waiting. That's a shame. Sad panda. It makes sad pandas. That's true, Diana. Sarah, there's a COV private server that I played on for years ago. City of Villains, City of Heroes. I always had the membership, the subscription. I like to play the healer in City of Heroes. When I played City of Heroes, or the one that had the tectonic abilities, like a bubble that went around you. Yeah. Yep, that's you. Okay, gotcha. I wanted to make sure before I liked it or sub to it, because don't want any random things. So am I going to get this blanket done, guys, this weekend, do you think? I think I can do it. I think I can do it, even though my hooks keeps malfunctioning here. You have a nice YouTube voice, easy to listen to. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I sound nasally. I think it's the New England in me. But we're our own worst critics, right? Thomas has a nice voice. He's got a nice, deep voice. Jen's got a gorgeous voice for singing. I left work early today, just a couple of hours. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't. I still worked, but I just finished up the day at home. And had like, you know how you feel when you're getting feverish? You're flushed, but you're cold, but you're hot, but you're cold, but you're hot. And your face gets all flushed and stuff like that. I thought maybe I was getting sick again, and I was hella sick this past winter. And I was not looking forward to it, but I think it's past. I think it's gone. Whatever it was, it's gone, and I'm glad for it. Don't want to get sick again and be coughing all the time on you guys and sniffling and sneezing all over you. I still have a little bit of sniffle from when I was sick. Couldn't stand the idea of getting dog sick again. And I'm squeaky. Squeaky. Like a little mouse. We'll call you Mouse Baked Crochet. Thomas says, okay, if you say so. You know if you know, right? As Jerry would say, Thomas. I know. Diana, I don't crochet. My mom is a lot like Grandma. Crochet all the time. I'm there and here for camaraderie and community. And of course the music. Yeah. I love that. And you don't have to crochet to hang out and be part of a community. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing when I'm on lives. But I watch other channels and like van lifes and cooks and remodeling, and I don't do any of that, so don't have to do it in order to be part of it, that's for sure. Hello, Coffeeholic Mama. A coffeeaholic. So I spilled a pot of coffee today. You just reminded me of that. I was at work and I was making my coworkers a pot of coffee because they were in a meeting that was running late and they still had another hour to go, so they needed some go-go juice. And I managed to knock over a pot of coffee. Like I said, I'm a little clumsy, so it's nice having a table here to rest my project on as I crochet. So if you didn't believe me, now you can believe me. Wish I knew how to do that stuff. I gotta go look. Yeah, absolutely. You mean crochet? It's something you're interested in learning? You don't need a lot to get started, to give it a try. It's about a $20 investment to try crochet. And then if, $20 is still a meal, but if you don't like it, you haven't wasted a ton of money. We could give you some tips of where to go, where to get your supplies. I thought I said something about renovating. I wish I knew how to do that stuff. Oh, about renovating, not crochet. Okay. Yeah, the renovating stuff is amazing. I love watching somebody take like an old shack or an old shed and turn it into a beautiful she shed or he shed, man cave kind of thing. It's really amazing what they can do. Oops, what did I do here? Let's go back. Frog that. And try again. I think it's funny people don't like the sound of their own voice. But like my first song, Everyone's Meant to Sing, a line says, you can learn to love the sound of your own voice. Sometimes I think some people like the sound of their own voice too much. Is that true too? I don't know about that. But yes, no, absolutely. I think you can get used to the sound of your voice, and then you can, like my husband hates the sound of his voice. And there was one time he can really sing. And for our anniversary, he went to record a song for me, and I just thought that was so sweet. But he can't stand the sound of his own voice. So, he puts headphones on and plays something else as he sings because it messes him up when he hears his own voice. Bon Bon says, I like watching people restoring old dilapidated chateaus from France. Yeah, or Italy, too. I agree with you, Bon Bon. It's fascinating to me how people, so much work, so much time and money invested in projects like that. But it is amazing to see people bring something back to life again. There is a channel called Scout Outdoors, and he took an old house on Newfoundland, and he's been refurbishing it and making his own little homestead out there. And it's extremely interesting to watch. I grew up watching This Old House. Yes! What was his name? This Old House. I remember the music. The music is playing in my head now. I don't remember his name, though. I like the Urban Explorers where they explore abandoned places. Yeah, that's neat, too. One of the van lifers that I follow likes to go through and find haunted places and walk through them, or supposedly haunted places. Bob Vila. That's right, Bob Vila. He was the very first YouTube, or kind of like YouTube restoration, either way, show. All right, let's see where I'm at here. I've got two. I have two. This is my last side. This top part right here is last for this row in this color, and then I'll be doing a color change. And it's getting pretty big for tummy time, I think. Just like when I said, I'll finish up. Yeah, let me finish this row before I get ahead of myself. If I could get, now I'm starting to get ambitious, and I'm thinking if I can get 3 more rows done tonight, and I get 3 rows done tomorrow night, and then I'll have Friday to work on my monster before Barb's live, crochet live. We'll see what I get done. There's only so much time in a day and so many things you have to do. But it feels really good to get the projects done. And even though I give away most of my projects, it feels good to get them done, right? My inside out monster. That's what I'm calling it, Bon, the inside out. Norm Abrams. Yep. I agree with you all. Bon Bon says, Kelly, have you ever watched the YouTube channel called Escape to Rural France? I don't think so. It doesn't ring a bell. If I've seen it, it's just by chance flipping through some of my other restoral videos. I'll have to check though. I'll watch for it. Coffeeholic Mama says, I'm getting my butt absolutely kicked by the crocodile stitch right now. I've never even heard of the crocodile stitch. Is that a real thing? Are you messing with me? I'm asking seriously because I actually have a game that I have been meaning to play, and it's called Stitches and Pattern Names. What is real, true or false? True or false game, and I was going to play it this Saturday coming up, but I just don't know if I believe you. Is it a real thing? I mean, I do believe you, but I'm so gullible. And if it was kicking your butt, it is a crocodile. So, you know, that's understandable. Pandas, I believe in you. You got this. And yes, we're cheering for you over here. My mind's just still a little blown, but I'm cheering for you. Diana says, okay, holding my phone is hurting my hand texting. I better rest it before grandma's. Love you all. Thanks, Kelly. See you all soon, probably. All right, Diana, I'll see you later on tonight to be there and cheer you on. We'll figure it out. Kathleen says, Coffeeholic, I love doing the crocodile stitch, but so many stitches. So it's a real thing, huh? I mean, I believe you, but still, it's just like a crocodile stitch. Why do they call it a crocodile stitch? Is there a story behind that? I need to know. Inquiring minds. I love these names. I remember when I first heard about frogging. I was like, why do they call it a frogging? And then they're like, well, because it sounds like ribbit, as they pull the yarn. And I was like, really? And then when I told my husband I was going to frog it, he was totally confused. He being his gamer mindset, thought of leapfrog. He thought I was going to like start jumping over stitches and stuff like that. It's funny where the mind goes. Bon Bon says, I haven't heard of the crocodile stitch. Sounds interesting. It does, doesn't it? I'm going to have to look up that stitch. Me too. I've got a list of things I got to look up after this live. It's interesting stuff. It looks like their scales. People use it for dragon scales too. Ooh. Ooh. So, yeah, like a dragon scale. I imagine a gem-like shaped stitch. It's also called the dragon scale stitch, resembles scales. That sounds neat. Now it's intriguing. I'd like to make a dragon one day. It's not on my list. It's not even close to being on my list. But I would really like to make a dragon one day. And that's actually what I had on my mind, Kathleen, earlier when you were talking about your Morpheus, I'm going to start calling it. That's what I was thinking of, a dragon. Another thing, I downloaded a pattern for an octopus. It's not the same one that Sammy has. It's a different one. I got it from, I think, the Yarnspiration website. They have that special huge ball of yarn that's like under the sea themed. And they have that octopus that they've made with it. I just fell in love with that. And I have downloaded it. It's a wish for the future. The pattern itself didn't cost me anything. The yarn is expensive, but it's a big frickin' ball of yarn. So Coffeeholic Mama says, I'm using it to make a mermaid tail blanket for my daughter. Oh, how old is your daughter? I bet she will absolutely love that. That is so cute. Something she'll remember forever, too. You're making some good memories that way. Sarah says, I used it for my hubby's dice bag I made for him Christmas 2 years ago. That's a good idea, too. For like D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. It's very fitting, Sarah. Anybody else play Dungeons and Dragons? I don't belong in a group right now, but if I had more time, I would sign up for an online group and try it. I've done it with friends. And I think the longest we've ever gone was like 6 months. We met once a month. And then everybody kind of dropped off. We all got busy. Honestly, summer came. During the winter, it was great. Because nobody could do anything up here in Canada. Well, you can do things, but you do less things. And then summer came and everybody had spring fever. And we all kind of gave up on it. But I've always enjoyed playing Dungeons and Dragons. What is this? Let's put that over there. Random pieces of yarn everywhere. Gonna head out. Time for dinner. Glad I found you. Love the vibes. Thanks, Panda. And thanks for introducing yourself and hanging out with us. It's been great to meet you. And I enjoy checking out your videos later. Take care. She's 7 years old. Aw, she's absolutely going to love it. What colors are you making it? The mermaid tail. She's also small still, so it doesn't take too much yarn. I mean, it's going to take a lot of yarn, but not like if she was 13 or something, right? So yeah, on Saturday, we're going to play a game, and I'll have a prize. And we'll see. I don't know how I'm going to pick the winner, because it's going to take a lot of keeping track. But I have a series of crochet patterns, names, and a series of stitch names. And we're going to play real or not real. There's a fancier name to it that I came up with that I can't think of off the top of my head. But it's got some crazy pattern names, and you wouldn't believe which ones are real and which ones aren't real. And I thought that would be a lot of fun. So we'll play that game on Saturday night. And I'm glad I was able to get here today. I don't normally come in the middle of the week and do a live, but I was glad I was able to today. Everything lined up great, and I'm grateful for it. I'm going to try and do this again next week. So we'll see how it goes with work and everything. Oh, here's that blue stuff again. I'm going to have to figure out where this blue yarn threads are coming from. So if you're interested in playing a game around crochet and a chance to win a prize, let me know. I have to get it done so I can do a shipment. I have 2 other things I have to ship out too, and I finally got the boxes for it. But I'll ship them all out at once. And I'm almost done this round. And there we go. More blue thread, wherever it's coming from. Pink and white, and the yarn has sparkles. It's my most difficult project yet. I picked up crochet in January. That's amazing. So I've been crocheting for a year. I don't have as much time as some people to crochet, but I try and crochet as much as I can. And I think that's an amazing project to do for only being crocheting for six months, if it's since January. That's amazing. Oops, I forgot to, there we go. Get my darn it needle. Minoa still here? Every time I say darn it needle now, I think of Minoa and her gray needles on her carpet. Bon Bon, was it you who was telling me about someone who sat on a crochet hook? I think that was Bon Bon. And I'm going to call it after I'm done tying in these, because I'm going to go make dinner, or eat dinner. Dinner's already made. And get ready for another live with somebody, with Barb. Yeah, still here, working on my aunt's blanket. Bon Bon, yes, it was my brother-in-law. That is so crazy. I was thinking about that, and what are the odds of that? He must have really sat down hard. Like, when I was in school, like a long time ago school, I know somebody who sat on a pencil, and it, like, got stuck in somebody's butt cheek. But I can't imagine a crochet hook, because they're not exactly, they're rounded pointy, but they're not like sharp pointy. So I just can't imagine. Did he have to get stitches and everything, Bon Bon? We were talking about injuries, crochet injuries, because somebody on a YouTube channel had a show about weird things that happen with crochet, and someone had stepped on a crochet hook and it actually got stuck in their foot, and there was an x-ray and everything, and you could see the crochet hook inside their foot. And Bon Bon mentioned her brother-in-law sat on a crochet hook, and it actually went through his underwear, jeans, and into his butt cheek. So could have been worse. I mean, it could have been much worse, much more unpleasant, but I wouldn't wish that on anybody. All right, one end is tied in. I forgot to check my loops. Do I have? Okay, got it. Please. Okay, I'm good. My loops are good. I got lucky. And cut this off here. What do you think the odds are of me finishing this blanket tonight? I just won't sleep. I'll just stay up all night long and crochet. I'll be functioning a little rough enough tomorrow, but and you know how they say, I'll go to bed in one more row. For me, I'll go to bed in 5 more rows. Let's take a look. Let's finish this up. It was quite difficult to remove because of the hook. They had to do minor surgery to remove it. They couldn't just pull it out. That's kind of like an arrow, right? You hear about old westerns and stuff like that, and people get stuck with an arrow, and you can't just pull it out because of the way it's cut. And I can see what you're saying, Bon Bon. He probably had to have some, like, a minor procedure done to make sure when they got it, it didn't do more damage coming out. Because going in, it probably didn't do too much damage, but if they just pulled it, it could have done a lot. Jen says, oh my gosh, I got a pencil lead stuck in my finger in high school. That's rough. How'd you do that, Jen? Did you, like, lean on it or something? Jen, he is okay. He just couldn't sit for a while. How far? I just need to know more. I need to know more, Bon Bon. Like, how far did it go in? Like, did he, like, jump up? I just can't imagine sitting down that hard. All right, both ends are tied in. Now we have to switch to the tan and brunette baby blanket. I think the color is called Baby Sand, which I think is such a weird name. That's another thing. Name of colors of yarn. There's lots of odd ones, right? All right, so this is where we are so far. It is definitely growing. It's definitely getting there. I'm excited with it's progressing, and the more I get done, the more I want to keep working at it. So that's why I'm like, do you think I can finish it tonight? Because the more I do, the more I want to keep doing it, especially when I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I have no idea how it happened. I was asleep. You sleeping with pencils, Jen? You must have been drawing or something like that. It actually went in about 2 inches. Ouch. Good thing it was his butt cheek, you know, that's like spare parts, you know? It wasn't something more important. And it's not like he has to worry about a scar or anything unless he moons people on a daily basis. Nobody else is going to see it. All right, all. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. It's 8:20. I've got a few things to do before my next activity. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know it wasn't a very focused conversation, but I think it was still fun. I still learned a few things. I learned that there's a stitch called a crocodile stitch. I met Tony and Danielle. Excited to meet them. So anytime I have an opportunity to meet somebody new, that's always fun. I got to see Bon Bon, Jen, Menawa, Sarah. I also met Coffeeholic Mama and her mermaid tail that she's working on, and I'm grateful for that. Kathleen is here. Like Kathleen, I'm like Kathleen's biggest fan. She is the networking queen of YouTube. Just saying. Just saying. And Diana, I know she's not here anymore, but thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me this evening. I appreciate you all. If you have a chance and you haven't already, give it a thumbs up if you can. I've started to notice a subtle difference with the more activity I get, the more thumbs up I get. So it actually works. And even though I don't have the goal to become a big channel or anything like that, it is nice to meet new friends and expand the community that we have here. So thank you so much. Why don't you crochet at the panel tonight? Maybe I will, Jen. We'll see. We'll see how the night goes and what the family says and what everybody has on their plate, their plans for the night. I did see your video. I saw the video of your dog, Jen. Is that what you're talking about? I saw that one. If you posted new ones today, I haven't had a chance yet, but I will check them out for sure. All right, everybody, I got to head out. I'm being summoned. You all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you soon. I'll be back Friday evening after work, and then Saturday evening. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. Bye.